Will AI replace fast food workers? The short answer is yes, but how many? I got on a call yesterday with one of the viewers on the channel, and what he does is he installs AI systems into fast food restaurants all over the place. He's doing 350 installs per year, service calls. And what he told me was shocking. Some of the numbers, some of the installations that are happening are completely shocking. And in today's video, I want to cover some of the main ways that AI is impacting the fast food industry. I think you're going to be really surprised at what's happening there. And by the way, guys, the best way for us to learn is together. So if you're doing something interesting with AI, if you're being more efficient with AI, put it in the comments below. If it's great, I'd love to connect with you, hear more about it so I can share your expertise and your experience with the community. So let's get into today's video. Thanks for subscribing. And I'm gonna, again, explain what he's doing, what's happening in the industry. We're gonna look at some specific systems. And at the end of the video, if you stick around, I'm gonna break down the math for you, the napkin math, to clarify how many jobs are at risk when it comes to fast food. Because fast food employs over just about 5 million people here in the United States, about 13 million people globally. But today we're gonna focus on the 5 million in the US, okay? So when I'm speaking to Rob, shout out Rob, about this yesterday, and he said the big thing that he's doing is moving AI into all the ordering, well, he's a few things, but one of the main things is AI drive-thrus. Okay, and there's a few things that he's doing. So one of which is the way that they're counting cars and taking orders. And management for fast food restaurants measures efficiency in the drive-thru by how quickly cars are moving through. Now, in the past, that was done with a type of technology requiring magnets and these wiring systems and red light sensors. Well, now it's all being done with video camera. And these cameras are tracking, it's giving a much more accurate representation. One of the things that he had mentioned was some fast food managers will game the system by just hiring an employee to drive circles around the parking lot in order to make it look like the drive-thru is operating at a faster speed than it really is. But they're using cameras outside. The other thing that's happening that is a big one is the AI voice ordering system. So when you drive through the drive-thru and you pull up to the counter, an AI voice will engage you. And this is big at Wendy's. Big at Wendy's. And essentially, these systems are estimated to be about 20 to 30% more efficient and more quick. They're moving people faster, and these AI systems are great at upselling. By the way, have you actually experienced this firsthand, an AI voice ordering system at a Wendy's drive-thru? If you have, type in the comments below. I'd like to know if it was able to successfully upsell you on fries or a larger soda, because apparently they're about 10 to 15% more effective at doing that. But I want to give you a little bit of napkin math here on this that I think is interesting. So Wendy's reports that it saves about 2 minutes per order, and we're talking about labor, okay? So how much is this saving? How much time saving? How much labor saving is happening here? So it's about, if we look at about 2 minutes of savings per order, 200 orders daily, that's about 400 minutes, and that's about 6 hours. That's 6 hours of human labor that is no longer needed because the AI voice is handling that need. Those are jobs, guys, that your sons, maybe you worked at fast food, maybe you do work at fast food. These are jobs that were historically done by humans that are now done by a robot. So what does that human do now? Well, that is the question. Now, right now, these systems don't have video, probably because of privacy laws and recording the person's specific face. You know, they do have video outside watching cars, but not watching the face. But could you see a future where you pull up to a Wendy's drive-thru and it has a camera that sees you and it identifies you immediately? It says, oh, hey, Mark, welcome back. It seems like last time you ordered a chicken sandwich and some fries. Would you like to do that again? Oh, did you know about this new offer that we have? And something I could see that happening. And something I do want to highlight here, guys, is one of the challenges with working with people is people are inconsistent. and not to say that AI is completely consistent, but humans can often be inconsistent. We say wrong things, we get sick. AI doesn't do that. AI shows up, and there's certainly a consistency with these AI systems that isn't necessarily present in humans. So anyway, those are some systems that are being input into these fast food restaurants and certainly changing the game and taking up historically human-run spots. By the way, one of these camera systems that's being installed is called Barry AI. So if you're looking for some more information on these camera AI systems that are managing the drive-thrus, go to Barry AI. I think it's pretty interesting. Okay, another thing that Rob is doing is installing AI inventory management systems. And so what this means is the AI is reviewing all the items that are sold during the week and using AI predictive mechanisms to automatically order replacements. Now, the estimates here are pretty shocking. The estimates are that these systems save about 30% of food waste. It's reducing food waste by about 30%. And if we look at the numbers here, historically for a fast food restaurant, the manual inventory check is going to be up to 3 hours daily per location, and the time to dispose of food waste is about up to an hour. That's a lot of savings, guys, just by implementing AI. AI is going to handle almost all of that. Not to mention, it doesn't actually stop there. There's scheduling optimization software, which allows you to reduce overstaffing, which by conservative estimates is it saves about 15% of your overstaffing labor. That's about 4 hours of labor saved daily. Once you start adding all these numbers up, and at the end, I'm going to put all the numbers together, I think you're going to find it interesting, but the estimate is that these systems, these AI inventory management systems and optimization systems are going to save about $100,000 annually in labor and food waste. It's a pretty big number, no? $100,000? And once you start to see these AI tools starting to stack up together, it's pretty shocking. Quick note, by the way, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for subscribing to my newsletter, the AI Update. You go to aiupdate.ai, you can get the newsletter for free. Every Saturday I'm sending out email with the latest news, the most important stuff that I'm seeing. But one of the things that I see a lot of comments, guys, with people saying that AI is smoke and mirrors, it's not real, it's not effective. The numbers are right here, dude. And I'm talking to people that are in the field implementing these systems, guys. So not only are companies spending the money, but they're seeing the savings on the back end. Now, I'm not saying that everything is going to work, but this is why I love talking to y'all in the community, because I can actually get real feet, dudes on the ground working these softwares, working these hardwares, working these systems. It's not theoretical, it's actually happening, all right? So let's continue. The other thing that is AI driven that you may have seen are these touch screen registers. They call them self-service kiosks. They're all networked together. By the way, this is important too. All these AI systems that we're talking about are all networked together. There's a little computer in the building that doesn't really have a screen, but it could be networked opt into. Anyway, there's a little computer, a little network that's managing all this stuff. It's all going together. So these little self-service kiosks are networked together. They, on average, are going to handle about 80% of orders, okay? Up to 80% of orders. That cuts about 1 to 2 employees per shift, okay? And assuming the restaurant is open 16 hours daily, that's up to 32 hours daily in human labor that is no longer needed, guys. 32 hours daily. Now, McDonald's reports that it saves up to 50% in cashier costs. 50%, holy cow, guys. Like and by the way, when you look at, for all the business owners out there, you probably recognize that your people are one of your largest expenses. It typically comprises about 60% of your business expenses just in human labor. It depends on the business model, et cetera, but humans are expensive for obvious reasons. We're so valuable, right? But companies, generally speaking, are not altruistic. They want to make a profit. And, if you can use these AI systems, you're going to do it. You have to do it to compete, guys. You have to do it. So let's do the math here. Let's do some restaurant math. A restaurant with 2 kiosks, 2 cashiers making $15 an hour, that restaurant's going to save about $150,000 annually. That's on top of the $100,000 annually they're saving on the inventory management and freed up waste. That's not even including the drive-thru AI, by the way, which again, by their estimates, is improving upsells by about 15%, 10 to 15%. So let's do some math here, guys, because I'm a math guy. I like numbers. Let's do some math here. So let's say that the AI voice is saving about 32 hours daily. That's the drive-thru. Let's say that your inventory management system is saving about 5 hours daily. That's your back of house stuff. Let's say that your kiosks are saving about 32 hours daily. Your total savings for labor is about 40 hours daily. Let's actually be conservative here. Let's be conservative. I'm going to be conservative with the numbers. Let's say it's saving 40 hours of human labor daily. At five full-time employees, that's $300,000 in annual savings. And that's conservative. It could be certainly larger than that. But I mean, $300,000 in cash that was going to human beings is no longer going to human beings anymore. It is going to the robots and the systems going back to the restaurant manager, which, by the way, I got no love lost there. Restaurants typically, historically, have operated at very low margins, so more profits for the manager makes sense. And what's also interesting is this could dramatically lower food costs, okay? Because if the Wendy's on one side of the street says, oh, we just lowered our annual cost $300,000, that means we can lower the cost of our hamburgers 30 cents. So, you know, that could certainly lower costs. We'll see how it plays out. So how many jobs lost if we start to extrapolate this out, okay? Let's say there's 215,000 fast food establishments in the US with 23 workers per location. That's a total of 5 million fast food workers, okay? Well, what if we went in and we said, well, because these AI systems were able to remove 5 full-time employees, okay? You remove 5 full-time employees from 215,000 fast food, that's 1 million jobs that are gone. 1 million jobs. Guys, that's 21% of fast food workers. That's just in the US. Tell me, and I don't see how this doesn't happen. I don't see how this doesn't happen. And please, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I've combined in this video both research, math, and conversation with someone who's got boots on the ground is actually doing it. So shout out to Rob for kind of sharing some insights into what's happening in the fast food market. Obviously, fast food is huge in the US. Obviously, AI is huge as well. So what do you think? What do you think? Am I scaremongering? Am I fearmongering? Am I trying to highlight something that's actually happening? How can you adjust? I want to hear your comments below. And again, thanks for watching the video. If you found this interesting, you should definitely watch yesterday's video. The Senate Democrats came out with some plans on how to address these labor issues, and I think you'll find that interesting, so check it out right here. All right, boys, I'll catch you over there. In the meantime, go forth and prosper. See ya, peace.